Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Ajnana Timiranthasya, Jnana Janachalakaya, Chakshurun Milidam Yena, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tumeva Mada Cha Pita Tvameva, Tumeva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva. Tumeva Vidya Dravinam Tumeva, Tumeva Sarvam Amriteshwari Ma, Tumeva Sarvam Amriteshwari Ma, Tumeva Sarvam Amriteshwari Ma. Om Amriteshwari Namah. We'll begin with a short meditation. Kindly sit straight and make sure your vertebral column, spinal column is erect. And slowly close your eyes. Try to observe your breathing process, watching every inhalation and exhalation that occurs through your body. As you watch your breath, you will also start relaxing. Feel completely relaxed now. We'll now chant Om 3 times. As we chant Om, imagine the sound of Om to arise from deep within. Visualize the sound rising along your spine, cleansing your body and mind, the atmosphere around you as well. Now kindly take a deep breath. Feel the reverberations of Om both within and outside of you. Once again, slowly bring your awareness on your breathing. And now, as you breathe in, chant the mantra Ma silently along with your in-breath. And when you breathe out, chant Om. Ma is a representation of divine love. and Om of divine light. You need not visualize love and light. Just feel the love and the light slowly and slowly filling your heart as you chant Ma and Om. Ma while breathing in and Om while breathing out. And continue like this for some time. Slowly and slowly, the reverberations of Ma and Om become more and more subtle. Instead of the sound, feel the vibrations within. And also your heart being filled with that divine love and light. Now feel your heart overflowing with that divine love and light. And your heart expanding like a flower bud that blossoms into a beautiful flower, giving beauty and fragrance to everyone. Feel the bliss, the peace, the silence, and the contentment. And now feel your heart filled with that divine love and light. And the light going out from your heart to all the beings, just like the rays of the sun. And as the light falls on each and every being, imagine they also become more loving, more peaceful, more blissful, and more content. While imagining so, we'll chant the Loka Samasta prayer 9 times. Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. 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 Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Dhyayamo Dhavlavakunthanavatim Tejomayim Nashtikim Snigdha Pangavilokinim Bhagavatim Mandasmidashrimukhim Valsalyamritavarshinim Sumadhuram Sankirtanalapinim Shamangim Madhusekta Suktim Amritanandatmikam Ishwarim Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Varyandam Vande Guru Parambaram Sruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Bhadarayanam Sutrabhashya Kritav Vande Bhagavandav Punaha Ishwarau Ruguru Rakmedi Murti Bheda Vibhagini Vyomavat Vyapta Dehaya Lakshana Murtaye Namaha Om Amriteshwarye Namaha Om Amriteshwarye Namaha Om Amriteshwarye Namaha. Om Amriteshwarye Namaha. Just recapping from the last session, we were in that chapter when Lord Krishna and the Gopas were playing in the forest, and the Gopas told Lord Krishna that they are feeling hungry. And the Lord said that there was a sacrifice going nearby in a village, and said, you can go and ask for some food, because as they must have kept so much of food for the sacrifice, they must have kept different varieties of food and in large quantities. So the Brahmanas, the priests who were conducting the sacrifice, were requested to give some food to the boys. So he said, go and ask them. So first they went and asked them. So they refused to give food. And Lord Krishna had specifically said that, tell them that the Lord is here nearby, and he is feeling hungry too as well, and he's requesting to give some food. And in spite of that, they completely refused to give them. And they came back to the Lord and said, we could not get any food. So the Lord said, okay, now their wives are living in the quarters, so go and beg to the wives of the priests. So when they went, and but the wives were so blissed out to hear that, first of all, Lord Krishna was there nearby, for it was their long time dream to meet him in person, and they wanted to see him very badly. And in fact, one of the reasons why Lord sent the Gopas to them was that he knew their thirst to see him. And when they heard, they just took everything from their homes and ran to see the Lord. And then they gave the food to the Gopas, gave food to the Lord. And as they were doing this, before they left the house, they were asked by their brothers and husbands and all these things not to go. But in spite of their instructions, the wives did not obey their instructions and just went away. Sooner or later, what happened was the priests also understood their folly, and they understood that who Lord Krishna was. So they went and begged for forgiveness to Lord Krishna. And they said that as they were talking to Lord Krishna, they said, their high birth with the eligibility for threefold sacrament, which is learning austerities and vast knowledge of the Shastras. And their skill in rituals is vain because they did not have any devotion to the Lord. So, one sense, this is what the essence of the teaching that is coming out. Even if you have all these qualifications, like the Vedas, you can chant, you can conduct all the different rituals and pujas, but in spite of that, if you do not have devotion, then it is of no use. So here they were saying that look at the devotion of our women folk to Krishna, who is the world teacher, by virtue of which they have been able to cut asunder death's stranglehold called attachment to home. So it is said that the stranglehold of attachment to our home is in fact death, the rope that death puts around us, the noose that goes around our neck. And so they're saying that because of their devotion, without even thinking, they just left their home, disobeying their brothers, husbands, and all these things. So they could just cut off that bond, which is so deep, within a few seconds, as soon as they heard the name of Lord Krishna. And so they're saying, how fortunate they are. And they were saying that these women folk are unlike ourselves, without any of those purificatory rites and ceremonies of twice born ones, such as Upanayana. So usually in India, the Upanayanam, that is the thread ceremony, is performed or done only to men or boys who are young, and women don't wear those threads. So one of the things is, because they have the thread, they have the authority to conduct ceremonies, and when they do the Upanayanam, that is the thread ceremony, it is said that they are born again. At that time, they are reborn into another level of spirituality. Just like when we meet Amma, Amma tells that story, right? When the astrologer visited the Brija of the gopis, where the gopis were living, and asked the gopis what was their date of birth. Most of them had the same date of birth. So the astrologer was astonished and said, how come, you don't look like you're all of the same age. Some of them are old, some are young. So they said, oh, this is the day that we met Lord Krishna. All of them met at the same time. And that this was the first time when we saw Lord. That was the day that we were born. So it's like this, that when the thread ceremony, the Upanayanam, is conducted, it is said that they are twice born, Dvija, that is known as Dvija. And so he's saying, look, we have conducted all those things. We have this thread, we have this purificatory rites, and we can conduct ceremonies, and we have so many of all the eligibility to do all these things, but still, the women folk didn't have anything. And look at their devotion. And they said they have not stayed at the Guru's house for education. They have no observance of ceremonial purity. They have none of the auspicious Vedic rites. But what did they do? They were possessed of deep-rooted devotion to Krishna, the destroyer of avidya and the master of all yogis, whereas we, with all our education and sacramental qualifications, are without it. So he's saying, so what is the use? If you have everything, if you have all knowledge, you have the eligibility to do all these things, but there is no devotion to the Lord, then everything is of naught. And he says, how wonderful to contemplate that the Lord, the goal and the support of the holy, should have sent a reminder and warning to us through the Gopas, to us who, without knowing our real interest, are immersed in domestic life. So they are completely immersed in that domestic life, not knowing the Lord and not living with that knowledge of devotion. And so in saying it is in vain, their life is in vain and of no use if it is tied to the domestic life. And he's saying, otherwise, what reason can there be for him? The self fulfill the bestower of moksha, the Lord of all, to come to us, insignificant creatures, with this request for food. It is but a piece of divine acting. So the Lord put on an act just to save these brahmanas, their wives, and their family. So without which, they would not have been able to cut the thread of family attachment. So he says, just the Lord was just putting a play. Otherwise, why should the Lord ask for food to all these people? And he, for serving whom Sri Devi, the goddess of fortune and beauty and auspiciousness, gave up all other divinities and abandoned also her own habit of fickleness, that he had to beg for a little food will surprise everyone unless one understands that he did all that to bless us. So he's saying, Lord Lakshmi is his consort. And Lord Lakshmi could bestow in 1 second everything. But the Lord put on the act of begging. For what? Just to bless us. And it is the only reason why he did it was only to call these people, the brahmanas and the wives, and so that he could bless them. I've seen this many times with Amma also. Amma, wherever sometimes she visits some place, she will suddenly ask for food. And something which was never there. And people will be running around searching for food which is not there. And sometimes it's in the middle of the night where you cannot get anything. None of the restaurants are open. Nobody can cook. There's no kitchen. And suddenly Amma asks for this particular food. And somewhere from some place, somebody brings that food to her. Or, there was one time also when she was on the North Indian tour. She went and, Amma goes and sits in some place where nobody knows where she's going to sit. And she, in the spur of the moment, decides where to stop. And one day, she stopped in front of a small hut. And the hut used to be a tea shop of an old couple. And that was a place that she chose. She went and sat there. And the moment they heard, the old couple heard that Amma was there, they ran to their home, made tea, made snacks, and brought it to Amma and gave it to Amma. So Amma was sitting there the whole time as if she was spending the time singing and doing satsang and all these things, but she was waiting for them to bring all these things. So as to why? Just to bless them. And when they came and gave it to Amma, they were crying out of devotion that they could serve Amma with all these things. And they were talking to Amma why they had to close the business because there was nobody there. So Amma consoled them and said, slowly you start again. And you will get more people now. So just to bless them, nothing else. And not that she wanted tea, not that she wanted any snacks, but just to see those couple and bless them was her only agenda for going there. So he constitutes all the parts of yajna, its location, time. That is, they are talking about the Lord. And its location, time, materials for offering, mantra, tantra, sacrificial priests, sacrificial fires, deities, master of sacrifice and the whole sacrifice and the fruits of sacrifice. He is verily Vishnu himself, the master of all yogis born in the clan of the Yadus. We have heard all this, but the dull-witted creatures that we are, we did not grasp his identity. But in another sense, we too are indeed fortunate in having as wives women of this caliber, because on account of their devotion, we too have developed firm devotion to Sri Hari. So he's saying that who is the Lord? And he's the one who conducts the yajna, the pujas, and it is time, materials, and offerings, and also the sacrificial fire, the deities of the sacrificial fires, and the fruits of the sacrifice also determined by the Lord himself, who is Vishnu. Vishnu is the one that usually the deity that they offer these sacrifices. So it's actually Vishnu himself who has come, who is the master of all yogis, born in the clan of Yadus. And they're saying, we who are stupid creatures, we did not grasp his identity. Why? Because he's just coming as an ordinary person. So this is, again, many people have this same problem with Amma also. They just identify her as just a woman from Kerala who just was born like that and who doesn't have nothing else to do but to hug people. So they start criticizing her, saying all these things, but they forget who she is. But they said, they are fortunate. Why? Because they have such women and of such caliber. Caliber meaning they are so devoted, and on account of their devotion, they also have developed firm devotion to Sri Hari. So the women, that is the wives, have led them to the path of devotion, to the right path. So it's always said that if you marry, this is a joke, but either you have a good wife who is very devoted, or have a extremely bad wife, or a husband. You can say that not just only wife, but the husband also, because both of them will lead you to the Lord. Both of them will lead you to to spirituality, because you will be so disgusted with the bad husband or bad wife that there's no other recourse but to go in search of spirituality. Otherwise, the wife will slowly lead you onto the path of devotion. So either one of them. So he's saying, that's why he's saying we are so fortunate, because why? Our wives led us to this path of devotion. And because of our wives, we could see you. And he's saying that by whose Maya we are caught up in and overpowered by adherence to ritualistic disciplines to that Krishna, the unfading light of consciousness and the center of divine excellences, our salutations. So now they are recognizing Lord, saying, who is the light of consciousness and the center of all divine excellences. So that is why we are saluting Lord Krishna. And it behoves the Lord, the cause of all causes, and the controller of Maya to pardon the improper acts of persons like us who are under the infatuation of his Maya and could not therefore know his prowess. But these Brahmanas, though repentant on their disrespectful conduct towards Krishna, and though anxious to meet him, did not do so out of fear of Kamsa. So this is one thing that we have to understand. It was at that time when when Kamsa, the cruel king, was ruling the country, and he was instructing everybody that he should be the person who should be worshipped and no other deity. So it is not because out of fear of Kamsa that they came to see the Lord and recognize the Lord. So one of the beauty about even the bad times, when such rulers come, and also when there is so much adharma, the beauty is that the Lord himself or herself will incarnate as an avatar to rescue people. So there is also one good thing about going through such bad times. So that's why they're saying, in spite of having Kamsa as the ruler, they did not go to Lord Krishna because of their fear of Kamsa. And so the next chapter is about the obstruction of the Indra Yajna. So that concludes the chapter of the Brahmanas and the wives, just to show us and to give us the teaching that however knowledgeful you are, however you have the authorities to do the rituals and chant Vedas and all these things. As I was reminding you last time, as Amma said, people who have such knowledge, they boast about their knowledge, and they are egoistic about their knowledge, but they are unaware of their ego. So that is the whole problem with the people who have so much of knowledge. And I've seen this many a times when people come to Amma who have all this knowledge, unless and until they have the humility to understand who Amma is, they will keep boasting about their knowledge. And they will start even arguing with Amma about all these things. I had mentioned this earlier when Amma installed the idol in the Brahmasthanam, the temple in Kodungalur, which was the first one. All these tantric pandits came to see Amma, not to not to actually praise Amma, but to tell her that it is wrong. Because it was Amma's unique vision that in one idol there were 4 deities. And so they kept on arguing with Amma, saying that that is wrong, you cannot do that, and that, and that. And Amma very compassionately heard all these arguments. And since they would not stop, finally she asked, who is your authority? Who told you this? So they said, Lord Shiva. So she said, go and ask Lord Shiva. He will say I am correct. So finally they kept quiet. And one of those tantric great masters later on became so humble, and he became a devotee of Amma. And then he realized his mistake. And similarly, what happens is with these people that they believe their knowledge is so powerful than the divinity, the humility, the devotion, and because of which many of them cannot reach the abode or the shores of realization. So knowledge is also an obstruction in the path of spirituality. That doesn't mean that you should not be knowledgeful. You should have knowledge, but as Amma says, don't be egoistic about your knowledge. So the next one, Sri Shuka said, while the Lord was staying in Vrindavana along with Rama, that is Balarama, his brother, he saw the Gopas making preparations for a sacrifice to Indra. Indra, as you know, is the king of the Devas, the gods. The all-knowing and all-pervading Lord, though he knew everything about it, pretended that he did not, and said in great humility to Nanda and other elders among the Gopas, "O Father, how is it that you are all so excited? If it is for any sacrificial ceremony, what is the fruit expected? Which divinity is going to be adored? And who are the competent persons to perform it?" So, slowly Lord Krishna saw all these arrangements, and everybody was running around and arranging everything. Then slowly he went as if he did not know anything, acted like an innocent young boy, and asked his father that why are you all so excited? And what are you doing this for? Who is the deity? So he said, I'm very eager to get all this information. So, oh Father, please tell me all about it. Holy personages who have the perception of the Atman in everything do not keep anything secret. As they see the same self everywhere, they make no distinction between themselves and others. And for the same reason, they do not make any difference between friend, foe, and neutral. If a distinction is at all to be made, the neutral is to be avoided, just like the foe. But a friend, being like oneself, can be taken into confidence. In this world, some people perform Vedic rituals with a full knowledge about them, and some in complete ignorance about them. The karma of the latter is not as fruitful as that of the former. Now, are the rites you propose to perform the result of deliberations based on the Shastras, or are they merely after the custom of the land? Please give me a clear explanation. So the Lord is telling his father, Nanda Gopa, and who is the king of the Gopas, that he's saying that holy saints who have the perception of the Atman in everything, means who is realized and who knows that everything is nothing but other than the consciousness, do not keep anything secret. As they see the same self everywhere, so they do not make any distinction between themselves and others. And it's for the same reason he said, whether it's a friend, foe, or a neutral person, it's all same to them. And but if it's a friend, they will take them into confidence. So he's saying that in this world, some people perform Vedic rituals with full knowledge about them, and some in complete ignorance about them. And so the karma of the latter, that is, who are completely ignorant, is not as fruitful as the former. Because one who does these rituals with knowledge also attains to devotion. So that is the whole purpose behind all these rituals. And he's saying that now the rites you propose to perform Are they based on Shastras, on scriptures? Or is it just merely the custom of the land, that which you just generally hold? As you know, every year, in most of the places in India, every year annually, they do some kind of festival in the temple or in the village, actually relating to the deity. Every village or every town has when it's a town, there are many temples, but in the village, there is a deity, there is a temple, and they conduct this festival annually in relation with the deity. And I remember when I was young, I used to visit my grandma's home, and the deity was Lord Vishnu, and what they did was they would make a smaller idol of the deity and put it in a big, it's called a radha, means it's a car, a chariot with wheels. And the people themselves will pull this chariot. It's not animals or anything else. The people, hundreds of people catch hold of the rope, and they start pulling the chariot from one place to another, and finally make a circumambulation around the village and bring it back, and then do the rites. So they just do it as a ceremony. They don't know why they are doing. They just do it every year. And so that's why Lord Krishna is asking Nandagopa, is it because they know the Shastras, the scriptures, or they are just doing it as a ceremony? So Nanda, that is Lord Krishna's father, said, Lord Indra is the Lord of rains. The clouds are very closely associated with him. And it is the clouds that give rain, so pleasing and so essential to living beings. My boy, therefore all people, including ourselves, adore Indra with ingredients grown out of the rain, and he gives us the performance of yajnas with those ingredients. For the attainment of life's threefold ends, which is dharma, artha, and kama, man depends entirely on rain. Even if a man works on the fields for raising crops, it is Indra who makes his effort fruitful by giving rain. Without rain, all human efforts are of no use. A man who fails to fulfill these traditional obligations that have come down from time immemorial, owing to greed, miserliness, fear, or antagonism, has no bright future. So, Nanda, of course, who have sinned, have not completely identified, but being engulfed by the Maya of the Lord, now he's explaining all these things to his young son, as if the son doesn't know anything. So he's saying that, look, Indra is the Lord of rains. And so what does Indra do? He brings rains. And without the rain, all these things that they grow, like the food, the crops, and all these things cannot exist. And also, he's saying for the attainment of the life's threefold ends, which is dharma, artha, and kama. Dharma is righteousness. Artha is attaining material pleasures. And kama is fulfilling desires. So, these three depend entirely on rain. Because everything is dependent on rain. And if the rain comes on time, then everything will be fulfilled. But what happens if the rain doesn't come on time? As Amma says now, in the Kaligala, that's what's going to happen. Either if it rains, it will be raining all the time, and each drop of rain will be so big, and so that will destroy the crops as well. Whereas if there is no rain, it will be so dry. So here, that's why he's saying that the three folds attainment of life, that is dharma, righteousness, artha, that is material pleasures, and kama, desires, it is entirely dependent on rain. If we do not have water, we would not have food. We would not have, if we don't have food, then what will happen? Life cannot exist. So that's why it's so important to have rains. Even if a man works on the fields for raising crops, it is Indra who makes his effort fruitful by giving rain. So you can work in the field, try to grow things, try to grow vegetables and all these things, but if it doesn't rain, if you don't get water, then all these efforts will be fruitless. So who is making this fruitful? It is Indra. And without rain, all human efforts are of no use. And so he says, a man who fails to fulfill these traditional obligations that have come down from time immemorial, owing to fear, miserliness, fear of antagonism, has no bright future. So if you do not, which means you do not show gratitude and give back to the Lord of rains, that is, who is Indra, then he doesn't have a bright future. So here, one may be confused as to why is Gopa, that is Nanda Gopa, saying all these things, right? And that's why the essence of Sanatana Dharma, that Amma always talks about, you have to have the Tattvatale Bhakti, that is a bhakti or devotion based on the principle. As I was saying earlier, when you go to an Indian household, if you look at their puja room, there are thousands of deities, pictures of all the deities, because they are afraid that if they chant something about Ganapati, what about his father? Will his father get angry? Or his mother is not pleased, then she will curse them. So you chant Ganapati first, then Shiva, then when you chant Shiva, how about Brahma and Vishnu? So then you keep chanting so many different names, but what we have to basically understand is, it is the same power or the same consciousness which has come in the form of different deities. Right? And so it is said that in Sanatana Dharma there are 33 million deities. And people ask this question, with one deity itself we have so much problem. Like, in the other religions you just have only one. And they make fun of Sanatana Dharma, saying that, oh, you have 33 million deities. So that's why, the reason is, they said there are 33 million mental makeups. Each person is different. Their mind is different. Their makeup of their mind, which is the culture, which is known as the culture, as it is different. So each person has a liking to certain things and dislikes to other things. Like one person likes butter, they don't like milk, they don't like yogurt, but they will eat butter. But another person will say, I like milk, but I don't like butter or yogurt. So the same things, but comes in different form. So to cater to each person, that's why you have 33 million deities according to the mental makeup. So this is the basis of the teaching here. Why Nanda Gopa, why Lord Krishna brings this up. We all most of the Indians are ignorant about this. Even though we worship different deities at different times, like for example, when our exams come, we'll go to Ganesha, the temple, and promise Ganapati that we will break so many coconuts, let us pass in our exam with high marks, or we'll say, we'll give you 100 coconuts. So it's also like a business. I'll give you this, give me that. Or, if you want, if there are so many people giving you problems, then you go and do a Vishnu puja for the protection. And so in different ways, they do pujas to different deities for different reasons, not understanding that all these deities are nothing but the manifestation of the same power. It's the same person who is enacting in different roles. And people don't understand. We never understood until Amma explained these things. Amma just gives a simple example. Chocolate wrappers come in different colors, but whatever is inside the chocolate is the same. So similarly, the deities are different, but the power, the consciousness behind these deities are nothing but the same power. So don't be tricked by the outside form. Go deeper within. Understand the principle. That's why Amma is saying, Tattvatile Bhakti. The principle why, for what it stands, and why that deity is there. So understanding that, so you have devotion to that deity. Because ultimately, you have to go beyond the deity, the form, and the name. Because God is formless as well as with form. So until the point where we can get rid of the form, we have to, of course, do worship to that form. And keep doing pujas, or we have to meditate on that form. And once we realize that this form is beyond the constriction of a name and of a form, and it is something beyond that, then we can jump. So without knowing that, if you just keep on meditating, then this is the problem. You will be just entrapped with that form and the name. So similarly, in this case, what happens is Nandagopa is worshipping Indira without knowing that it is the supreme power who is also Lord Indra. And it's not different from Lord Indra. So here, Lord Krishna is bringing on that light of knowledge, of spirituality, that everything is consciousness and it is nothing but the embodiment of this consciousness in different forms, that one of the power is Lord Indra, who is the Lord of rains. And so, to make them understand this, Lord is playing this game, or enacting this play. So we'll stop here for the time being, and we'll continue in the next session. Om Amriteshwariye Namah. शक्ति दो जगदम्बे, भक्ति दो जगदम्बे, प्रेम दो जगदम्बे माँ। मुझे विश्वास देकर रक्षा करो, अमृतेश्वरी जगदम्बे माँ। अमृतेश्वरी जगदम्बे माँ। शक्ति दो जगदम्बे, भक्ति दो जगदम्बे, प्रेम दो जगदम्बे माँ। मुझे विश्वास देकर रक्षा करो, अमृतेश्वरी जगदम्बे माँ। अमृतेश्वरी जगदम्बे माँ। मादे जगदम्बे माया तमनाशे, अमृतेश्वरी जगदम्बे माँ। दीनवनशीले गानामृतलोले, अमृतेश्वरी जगदम्बे माँ। स्वेदाम्बरवसने नीलांबुजनयने, अमृतेश्वरी जगदम्बे माँ। सोमोपमवदने सकलामय शमने, अमृतेश्वरी जगदम्बे माँ। शक्ति दो जगदम्बे, भक्ति दो जगदम्बे, प्रेम दो जगदम्बे माँ। मुझे विश्वास देकर रक्षा करो, अमृतेश्वरी जगदम्बे माँ। अमृतेश्वरी जगदम्बे माँ। करुणारस हृदये शरणागत वरदे, अमृतेश्वरी जगदम्बे माँ। शिवदायिनि शुभदे मनमोहिनि महिते अमृतेश्वरि जगदम्बे सुमनोहर शमने सुखरूपिणि सौम्ये अमृतेश्वरि जगदम्बे ललनावररूपे लयकारिणि दुर्गे अमृतेश्वरि जगदम्बे जगदम्बे भक्ति दो जगदम्बे प्रेम दो जगदम्बे मुझे विश्वास देकर रक्षा करो अमृतेश्वरी जगदम्बे अमृतेश्वरी जगदम्बे अमृतेश्वरि जगदम्बे अमृतेश्वरि जगदम्बे अमृतेश्वरि जगदम्बे अमृतेश्वरि जगदम्बे लंबोदर पाहि जय लंबोदर पाहि जगदम्बा सुत रक्षमा जगदम्बा सुत रक्षमा जय लंबोदर पाहि जगदम्बा सुत रक्षमा जय लंबोदर पाहि शरणागत रक्ष शरणागत रक्ष हे करुणानिधे पाहि हे करुणानिधे पाहि श्री गणनाथ संरक्ष श्री गणनाथ संरक्ष निज भक्ति मुदं देहि निज भक्ति मुदं देहि जय लंबोदर पाहि जगदम्बा सुत रक्ष जय लंबोदर पाहि लंबोदर पाहि जय लंबोदर पाहि जगदम्बा सुत रक्ष जगदम्बा सुत रक्ष जय लंबोदर पाहि शरणागत रक्ष हे करुणानिधे पाहि श्री जगन्नाथ संरक्ष निज भक्ति मुदं देहि निज भक्ति मुदं देहि जय लंबोदर जय लंबोदर जय लंबोदर पाहि जय लंबोदर मनहरि निरुपम गुणमय राधे जय जय नवरसिके हरि विरहिणि व्रज विपिन विहारिणि सुरजन नद पद कमलयुधे यदुपति मनहरि निरुपम गुणमयि राधे जय जय नवरसिके हरि विरहिणि व्रज विपिन विहारिणि सुरजन नद पद कमलयुते मृदु मृदु हसिद मुखी मनहारि रास रसोज्वल कांतिमयी मृदु मृदु हसिद मुखी मनहारि रास रसोज्वल कांतिमयी मृदुरिपुदय विलासिनी मोहिनी अनलयकारिणी जय राधे राधेश्याम 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 श्याम श्याम राधेश्याम 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 श्याम श्याम राधेश्याम 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 श्याम श्याम राधेश्याम नव नव मधुमय राग विनोदिनी मृदुपद नडन विलासमयी नव नव मधुमय राग विनोदिनी मृदुपद नडन विलासमयी ब्रजवन कुंज निवासिनी रागिणी रास रसेश्वरी जय राधे राधेश्याम राधेश्याम श्याम श्याम राधेश्याम 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 श्याम श्याम राधेश्याम ब्रजरमणी कुल मौलि मनोहरि युगल मनोहर नडन रते ब्रजरमणी कुल मौलि मनोहरि युगल मनोहर नडन रते मुरली मनोहर शिववन्दित चरणयुगे राधेशा राधेशा राधेशां शां शां राधेशा 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 राधेशां शां शां राधेशा राधेशां शां शां राधेशा 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 राधेशां शां शां राधेशा 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 राधेशां शां शां राधेशा 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 राधेशां शां शां 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 राधेशा वरदे माता जगदम्बे माता वरदे माता जगदम्बे माता वरदे माता जगदम्बे माता वरदे माता जगदम्बे माता भक्ति का दान दे माँ प्रेम का दान दे माँ भक्ति का दान दे भक्ति का दान दे माँ, प्रेम का दान दे माँ, तेरी कृपा हो हम पे माता, वरदे माता जगदम्बे माता, वरदे माता जगदम्बे माता, जगदम्बे माता, जगदम्बे माता, दास में तेरे चरणों का, दास में तेरे चरणों का, मेरे प्राण भी तू है माते, मेरे प्राण भी तू है माते, तेरे जैसा तो कोई नहीं माँ, तेरे जैसा तो कोई नहीं, प्रेममयी करुणामयी, प्रेममयी करुणामयी, सदकोटि प्रणाम चरणों में, शतकोटि प्रणाम चरणों में, वरदे माता जगदम्बे माता, वरदे माता जगदम्बे माता, जिसने भी मादा तुझको पुकारा, सब संकट दूर उसने पाया, जिसने भी मादा तुझको पुकारा, सब संकट दूर उसने पाया, जो तेरे दरबार में आया, मन में शांति तूने जगाया, माँ तेरे जैसा तो कोई नहीं, माँ तेरे जैसा तो कोई नहीं, प्रेममयी करुणामयी, प्रेममयी करुणामयी, शतकोटि प्रणाम चरणों में, शतकोटि प्रणाम चरणों में, वरदे माता जगदम्बे माता, वरदे माता जगदम्बे माता, भक्ति का दान दे माँ, प्रेम का दान दे माँ, तेरी कृपा हो हम पे माता, वरदे माता जगदम्बे माता, वरदे माता जगदम्बे माता, वरदे माता जगदम्बे माता, भक्ति का दान दे माँ, प्रेम का दान दे माँ, तेरी कृपा हो हम पे माता, वरदे माता जगदम्बे माता, वरदे 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 माता जगदम्बे माता, 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 जगदम्बे माता, वरदे माता 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 जगदम्बे माता, वरदे माता
जननी वन्दे अमृतानन्दमयी मंगलहारति माधव भवानी अमृतानन्दमयी माधव अमृतानन्दमयी वन्दे जननी अमृतानन्दमयी माता अमृतानन्दमयी सकलागम निगमादिषु चरिते अमृतानन्दमयी निखिलमय जननी वन्दे अमृतानन्दमयी माता अमृतानन्दमयी प्रेम रसामृत वशे माता अमृतानन्दमयी प्रेम भक्ति संदायिनी माता अमृतानन्दमयी माता अमृतानन्दमयी मदमदायिनी मनलयकारिणी अमृतानन्दमयी सददं मम हृदि वसदा देवी अमृतानन्दमयी माता अमृतानन्दमयी पदिदोद्धार निरंतर हृदये अमृतानन्दमयी परमहंस पद निलये देवी अमृतानन्दमयी माता अमृतानन्दमयी हे जननी जनि मरण निवारिणी अमृतानन्दमयी हे सृजन परिपालिनी जयदा अमृतानन्दमयी माता अमृतानन्दमयी सुरजन पूजित जय जगदम्बा अमृतानन्दमयी सहज समाधिषु धन्ये देवी अमृतानन्दमयी माता अमृतानन्दमयी माता अमृतानन्दमयी माता अमृतानन्दमयी ॐ जय जय जगजननी वन्दे अमृतानन्दमयी मंगलारति माधव भवानी अमृतानन्दमयी माता अमृतानन्दमयी माता अमृतानन्दमयी जय बोलो सद्गुरु माता अमृतानंदमयी देवी की अमृतेश्वरी मंगलम प्रणमदा मुक्तिप्रदे मंगलम भुवनेश्वरी मंगलम सुहृदिना एकाश्रये मंगलम अमृतेश्वरी प्रणमदा मुक्तिप्रदे मंगलम भुवनेश्वरी मंगलम सुहृदिना एकाश्रये मंगलम हृदयेश्वरी मंगलम हृदिलसत्तेजोमयी मृदुभाषी मंगलम विजयदा प्रेमाकृते मंगलम विजयदा प्रेमाकृते मंगलम विजयदा प्रेमाकृते असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ओम शांति 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 ओम लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु ओम शांति 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 ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम।